David Morrell, formerly of the 168-pound super middleweight division, is moving up to light heavyweight against Dazn Kalajdzic for a light heavyweight fight. This is going to be the first real test of Morrell's career, as Hot Rod Kalajdzic is no joke. Let's talk about it. The upcoming light heavyweight battle that's going to take place on the undercard of Crawford versus Madrimov between David Morrell and Dazn Kalajdzic is the type of stuff that could be a headlining fight within its own right. These two men are going to come together and show boxing what it means, the old adage, boxer versus puncher, southpaw versus orthodox. We're going to see the type of battle that can draw fans in. For some of you, you may not know Dazn, but he is a fighter who has been out there taking on top-notch fighters at the light heavyweight division. David Morrell has toiled in the 168-pound super middleweight division, where there have been plenty of opportunities for him to face other fighters who have just decided to turn away, including the vaunted Canelo Alvarez, who has held all of the titles hostage at 168. So, like David Benavidez, Morrell has decided to test the waters at light heavyweight, and the fighter that he is going in against in Kalajdzic is not an easy fighter to face. Kalajdzic comes in with only 2 losses on his record, but he has the skill set of someone that I recall being quite good at one time. He reminds me of Kelly Pavlik, the way that he stands tall at 6'3" and a 76-inch reach. He's wiry, he's rangy, and he can box, and he has great power on the end of his punches, great snap. He's from Serbia, but is fighting out of St. Petersburg, Florida. His record, 29-2 with 21 KOs, speaks about the experiences that he has had, losing a split decision to Marcus Brown back in 2016, and then he also lost in 5 rounds against Artur Beterbiev, 2 top light heavyweights with the experience and the kind of stuff that would bring him along as a professional fighter. I've watched him, and he has really grown, and he's the type of fighter that many others will stay away from. So the fact that Morrell is taking on this opponent, you have to take your hat off to him. And Morrell, who's coming into the fight with all the excitement of a fighter who is looking to make his way in the sport. He's currently 10-0 with 9 KOs. But this is a step-up fight for him, big time. He has faced nowhere near the type of opposition that Kalajdzic, excuse me. And that is going to tell us exactly where Morrell is. A native of Cuba fighting out of Minneapolis, Morrell can make a huge leap in the light heavyweight division if he's able to deal with this fighter. But I don't think it's going to be that easy. I have seen some of the opponents that Morrell has faced, and they have sort of submitted to him. I don't believe that the 26-year-old Morrell is going to have that type of impression on Kalajdzic. Kalajdzic is a fighter who has a good solid gas tank, and again, you might think you're getting at him in a moment, and he can come out of nowhere and really let loose that right hand he has. The most dangerous weapon against a southpaw is a right hand. When I watched what he did to Sullivan Barrera, I said to myself, this is one of the victories that I never saw coming in that manner when they fought. As for a straight up boxing match, I give the majority of advantages to Rajavan. He is a fighter that can really get it done by boxing. Morrell is going to have to go after him, get in close, and bang, not giving the rangy Kalajdzic the opportunity to catch and counter, shoot, parry, those things, and use his strength, being a young man of 26 years of age. Kalajdzic is 33, but my goodness, he can box. If he is able to take Morrell into later rounds and then begin to put the pressure on Morrell with sharp, snapping, hard shots, we could see something different. And I have to say that Morrell is a favorite in this fight, but this is the toughest fighter he is facing at this point. And I shouldn't say the toughest. This is going to be the most skilled fighter and capable of upsetting him that he has faced up to this point in his career. And this is not a slam against Morrell by any means. These are the type of fights that fighters like Morrell, David Benavidez, and so forth should be taking on in their career. And again, with it being Riyadh season, and what Turki Al-Sheikh is trying to do with the sport of boxing, putting on the best matches that boxing has to offer, fighters like Kalajdzic have an opportunity to state their claim and make a name for themselves and an impact in the sport. I love this matchup. Can't wait to see it. Again, this fight could be a main eventer within itself. And as for Morrell, who's been trained by Ronnie Shields, we get a chance to see exactly what's next for him. Can the Cuban fighter bring out some of that Cuban famed boxing ability? Because you're not just going to be able to overpower and overwhelm and overstrength all of your opponents. Sometimes you're going to have to apply a headiness where you use ring IQ, your technical abilities, and the skill sets that can set things up, like working behind a good jab, having solid defense, being able to counter, fight off the back foot, make adjustments on the fly. All of this could make this fight more exciting. But what do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you think about this matchup and the entire card at large. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.